right, lesson 2 talks about what does it mean to be a citizen. So what do you think? You should have had it from previous. Rights and responsibilities. What is a right? Okay, a right is a freedom that we have. So it's the ability to do something. All right, we're not going to go through this list right now, but there are rights that people in the United States have. Okay. We're going to skip the word meaning matchup here. And we're going to go to... Actually, I'm going to skip this video and I'm going to have the video in a different section for you. There we go. So look on page 102. On page 102, we're going to talk about rights, responsible, positive, volunteer, recycle. Okay? Oh, recycle. This is actually going to be so happy. Guaranteed rights. So we're still talking about Carlos and his family a little bit. Later that day, Mrs. Miller taught the students about the guaranteed rights or freedoms of the United States citizens. Guaranteed means that no one can take these rights away. So we're going to learn a little bit more about those rights that we can't lose. One of them, the United States citizens have the right to vote. To vote means that we get to choose who leads our country. Okay? Sorry. Oh, it's not working very well. You must be tired. Page 103. Page 103 talks about United States citizens have freedom of speech. That means we can give our opinion. Okay? Freedom of speech. You can free to say what you think. It's your opinion. United States citizens also have the right of freedom of religion. That means we are free to worship God. We are free to do that. No one can tell us that we can't. Mrs. Miller explained to the students that these guaranteed rights are very important to Americans. Many people come to America because of these freedoms. So they want you to circle the 3 guaranteed rights of the United States citizens. Here's a clue. They're bold print and they're above the pictures on page 102 and 103. So right here is a picture of people voting. So we have the right to vote. All right. Voting's done a little bit different here and there depending on where you are. But for the most part, you're in these little cubicle things so people can't see who you're voting for. It's private. Okay, here is someone that has a freedom of speech. All right, there's people gathered together to say how they feel about something. Well, he's at the he's at a podium. We see a piano. These look like pews, so this is probably freedom of religion. They're in church. We're able to do that without anybody telling us we can't. So these are guaranteed rights. We have the freedom of religion. So we can choose when we worship. Okay? Freedom of speech means that we can speak freely and tell people our own opinion of something. And we have the right to vote, which means we can choose who leads our country. Okay? So good job. On page 104, we're going to talk a little bit about rights of responsible citizens. So, I want to be the best citizen I can be, said Carlos. We do too, exclaimed Carlos's classmates. Mrs. Miller told the class that it's important for citizens to be responsible. Don't I tell you that all the time? You're responsible for your homework. Mom didn't forget to put in your bag. You forgot to, yeah. So you have to be responsible. Responsible means able to choose between right and wrong. The students talked about how they plan to be responsible citizens. So for instance, this young man here says, I will show respect towards people and their property by using kind words and actions. I will also help people at school and in my neighborhood. This young lady says, I will be self-reliant. That means I will be responsible for getting my work done at school. At home, I will do my homework and chores without being asked. Wait a minute. Those kind of sound like some commandments that we follow, right? Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, I can't get to the page. Sorry, guys. There we go. Page 105. We have a couple more of Carlos's classmates here. Let's see what they have to say. Maybe. There we go. Young lady at the top says, I will be a responsible citizen by participating or taking part in Community Cleanup Day. It is patriotic to help your community. Patriotic means to show respect and love for your country. This young man says, I will be a responsible citizen by being honest. I will be truthful and fair. So how are you going to be a responsible citizen? Tell me, in a sentence or two, how are you going to be a responsible citizen? Come up with something different than what Carlos's classmates said. Think about how you personally can be a responsible citizen. What can you do? All right, so here we have some rights. These people in the picture are showing their rights. What right are they showing? Freedom of speech, right? Here's the young man that was talking about respect. There's a better picture of the young ladies. Okay. All right. Being a good citizen. Being a good citizen. Citizens in our country have many rights. As a right is a thing we are free to do. We have the right to vote. We have the right to belong to a group. We have the right to talk, laugh, play, have fun. We're able to do that. Citizens also have responsibilities. A responsibility is a thing we must do. We must follow laws. We must go to school. We must keep our community clean. Good citizens care about their community. They follow laws and they take care of their responsibilities. Sometimes we want to do different things. And how do we decide what to do? Well, just like in the class, we vote. A vote is a choice that can be counted. Everyone in the class gets one vote. A vote is a way of being fair. Our class might vote on the name of a class pet. You might like to name the class pet Fluffy, but your friend likes the name Doodles instead. So, we could have a vote to choose what the class pet's name is. And that would be a fair way to do that. Okay? So, being fair is being responsible. How are these two gentlemen being responsible? Mrs. Isham's favorite. Recycling. Okay, we're not going to do the foldable here. So, being a responsible citizen. I will be self-reliant. What does self-reliant mean? What do you think that means? I will be patriotic. Which one of these does that mean? I will respect others, and I will be honest. Take a minute and decide which way you want to put them, and then I'll put them in the order for you. Go ahead and pause the video if you want to. All right. I'm going to start with the bottom one because this one is probably the easiest. I will be honest. This means I will be truthful and fair, I think. So let's put that there. All right. This means I will show love and respect for my country. Oh, something about country. Is that self-reliant, patriotic, or respect others? I think I remember talking about being patriotic. This means I will be responsible for doing what I need to do. Is that being self-reliant or respecting others? Well, if I will be responsible, it means you're going to be self-reliant. Whoa, did you see how that moved? And then that must mean this one goes here. Let's see. Good job. If that's what you chose, perfect, you were listening. All right, on page 106, here we have taking action. All right, we have taking action. Responsible citizens also make contributions to make our country a better place to live, said Mrs. Miller. A contribution is something that a person does to help others. One way citizens can make a positive contribution is by being a volunteer in a community. A volunteer is a person who works for free to help others. How are the volunteers in these pictures helping others? You're going to write a caption for each picture. So if you notice there's a blue line underneath, I want you to tell me, give me a title for the picture. What's happening? For instance, how is this volunteer helping others? Okay. How are these volunteers helping others? What are they doing? What are they doing? Write those down. Have mom or someone send, dad, grandma, whoever, have someone send me a picture. I want to see what your answers are. On page 107, I know another way we can help the environment, said Lynn. We can recycle. To recycle means to reuse something. Glass, plastic, newspapers. They can all be recycled and made into something else. Recycling helps protect our environment. What is another way to make a positive contribution to your community? So what's something you can do to make a positive contribution? Over here, you can draw a picture to show something that you can do to make a positive change, maybe to your neighborhood or to our school. And again, lesson 2 is ending with, what does it mean to be a citizen? To be a citizen, you are responsible. You take action. Okay? All right, you should have a packet to go along with this as well. And again, it'll be in a different video showing you the pages and what to do.